Well, hello there. I have been ill. My whole family has been ill. We were all brought down sequentially, and we lost about a week there, over a week. But we're all better now. Thank you. And one very dear friend here is very ill. I just mentioned that, so you know I remember you there, brother. I love you, and I'm thinking of you, and you know who you are. 7,000 views now on this channel. 7,000 views of Hibagon. 364 combined hours of Hibagon viewing. 88 videos I have made laying out the state of Hibagon knowledge, and we have expanded that knowledge. We've broadened and deepened it together. Team Hibagon. But now, what is the state of the opposition? Today I will address some of our critics, such as they are. I'm generous using that term. There's nothing critical about some of these people. And this is a no-win scenario for me. You've probably seen this quotation. This anonymous gem of wisdom. Well, what it says there is right, and I know it. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. But this is not for their sake, so much as for ours. You, who have heard the testimonies and the arguments and seen the evidence, and wisely concluded that this is a real thing. You deserve, and I deserve, to hear the counter-arguments. The only problem is we deserve better. Now, we have seen on our side how giant, hairy, bipedal humanoids living in these mountains of Japan have been attested to for centuries, as far back as the Japanese written language goes. We have how many names for these creatures? Kakuzaru, Kawazaru, Kurozaru, Kurobito, Ohito, Yamabito, Enko, Ikemono, Satori, Oni, Amo, Daidarabochi, Oni, Wow Wow, Hibagon, Japanese Bigfoot. Emperors sent out armies on extermination campaigns against these things. Feudal lords, 3 feudal lords that we have found in modern-day Hiroshima, Niigata, and Kanagawa, wrote about them or enacted laws concerning them. In our own time, we have had multiple sworn testimonies of eyewitnesses, footprints. We ourselves have found structures and other physical evidence that cannot be explained away, cannot be unseen. The Hiroshima Prefectural Police have looked into this thing and declared it genuine. Kobe University investigated and declared it genuine. Meijo University investigated and declared it genuine. Our friend and ape clerk emeritus assures us that it's genuine. He knew the eyewitnesses. He vouches for them. We have the silence of the mysteriously missing people in these same prefectures where these creatures live, and adjacent prefectures. It is a rural phenomenon of people disappearing into the forest. off of mountains. They are still missing. Silent testaments to something going on that is deadly serious. And I am deadly serious about this. So, what about it? Can our opponents find those missing people? Do they have any theories about where they went? Can they show us where the Hiroshima police are wrong? Can they show us how Kobe and Meiji universities are wrong? Can they point to holes in our eyewitness stories or find problems in their characters? Can they intelligently criticize the photographic evidence? Let's read their own comments. Robert James. Why does the man in photo seem to be standing on air and looking away from target? Suspicious, or is this all just a prank? I say prank, what with his humorous takes on everything and jokes. Robert, the man in the photo is not standing on air. He is standing on the ground. We don't know what he is looking at, and he might be keeping his face out of the photo, or he might be trying to catch a breath of relatively fresh air off to the side. I don't know. Neither do you. Now, I apologize to you for my sense of humor. Hey, I will change my personality just for you, Robert James. Is this all a prank? Mr. James, I see that on your channel, you have several prank videos of you pranking your friends. So I think that you are the merry prankster. You have pranks on your brain. A little too much so, I suspect. Your friends would probably tell us if we could speak with them privately. I'm sorry, Robert James, I have to give this comment an F. Miguel Huerta. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Confirmed fake, he says. Well, you don't give me much to answer here, Senor Huerta. I have 4 physicians, 3 dentists, a veterinarian, and a primatologist, all confirming these photos as genuine. So, who is Miguel Huerta? You, sir, are more full of baloney than Giuseppe della Mortadella, the inventor of baloney. You're more full of baloney than John J. Baloney, Jr., chairman of U.S. Baloney. I'm sorry, Miguel, I have to give you an F. M.B. Why is it only the skull that's exposed from flesh and hair, whilst the rest is covered still? I'm swaying towards a fabrication. No offense to you and your work, sir, and I'm wholeheartedly on board with the potential of unknown hominid species living in remote areas of the world. I just get the feeling this is a hoax. MB, ma'am, I'm giving you a C-. You are trying to use your head, but why make me do your work? You go look up the black bear decomposition study that I have mentioned in an earlier video. Look at the photos. Compare them. Look up and read the following. Comar DA, decay rates in a cold climate region. A review of cases involving advanced decomposition from the Medical Examiner's Office in Edmonton, Alberta. Journal of Forensic Science. Bunch Ann. The impact of cold climate on the decomposition process Journal of Forensic Identification. Woolen, Catherine C., chilled to the bone, an analysis on the effects of cold temperatures and weather conditions altering the decomposition process in pig sus scrofa remains. Illinois State University doctoral thesis. And use your own God-given brain, MB. A corpse buried under snow at elevation. The snow melts, exposing face and chest. The face is soft tissue, easy for mice, weasels, ravens, what have you, to strip bare. Elsewhere, thick hair prevents this. Now, perhaps the chest and belly, too, are relatively hairless. We can see that the torso is hollowed out. What do scavengers go for, MB? Eyeballs, lips, the rest of the face, guts, organs. The condition of this cadaver is predictable, MB. And I have to give you a C-. It's a good question, but don't be lazy. All right, Fernand Gamboa and Ronja Feldman have never seen a dog before. They don't know what a dog looks like. And they are corrected by our veterinarian and our primatologist. So thank you, Fernand and Ronja. F for animal identification skills, sorry. You might belong on Beat These Dummies. Ted Bundy's ghost. The guy in the picture is fake, making me doubt the whole thing. Very disappointing. Well, you disappoint me, person calling yourself Ted Bundy's ghost. F for you and your comment. That joking joker. Speaking of the cadaver, and where is it now? Why is no one going down there to just dig it up and the world has its proof? Because if real proof came, these Bigfoot channels are out of bussiness. Questions answered. No more tree knocking and howling in the woods and making teepee structures. No more cloud for them, LOL. We would know the truth so they wouldn't be able to make money of the so-called mystery. I am trying to find the cadaver, joking joker. I get an A for effort, and you get an F for bad attitude. Change your name to Negative Nancy. All right, and that's it. That's the sad state of our opposition. Nothing. They give us nothing but baseless and false accusations and hot air and baloney. Now, I am discussing having on a special guest, a skeptic, a real smart skeptic, for a conversation about the evidence. Why? Well, to show you, number one, I welcome skeptics, but they have to have something to say. They have to be smart. They have to be better than that pigeon. Number two, it interests me how people can look at the same evidence and come to different conclusions. That's just interesting. And number three, I like this person. I respect this person. In fact, I love this person, and I am married to this person. She's my wife. Yeah, your wife, clerk. My wife believes that the Hibagon was real. She's just not convinced yet. She is agnostic about its current existence, which boggles my mind because she has seen fresh physical evidence. So I think that would be an interesting and intelligent conversation. My wife is very smart. She is cooler and quieter than I am, and nicer and politer. I'm a bit of a hothead, but if you'd like to see us sit down together and talk Hibagon, let me know in the comments. And if you are a skeptic, please feel free to comment. Be polite. And please have something substantive. I try to bring you substance. So have the decency for the rest of us and the self-respect for yourself to do likewise. Okay, I'm Kyle for Hibagon, Japanese Bigfoot. I'm still standing with the eyewitnesses and the ape clerk and our physicians and dentists and veterinarian and primatologist and the Hiroshima police and Kobe University and Meijo University. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.